Welcome back. Time to bring in our panel. With us here in studio this week, we have former state party chair for the Indiana Democrats, Robin Winston, and for the Republicans, former vice chair for the Indiana Trump campaign, Tony Samuel, along with former state representative Terry Austin and Abdul Hakim Shabazz from IndyPolitics.org. So Abdul, I'll start with you on this tariff pause. We heard from Mike Pence earlier. He's been pretty vocal in his opposition to these tariffs, and there were reportedly others inside the Trump administration, the current administration, voicing some similar concerns as well.
Yes, tariffs are basically tax increases. That is what a tariff is, because when tariffs are put on prices, companies don't pay the tariffs, the consumer pays the tariffs. And by the way, you're also going to need the tax cuts that the president is proposing to pay for the increased prices in the tariffs as well. So tariffs are not good, and they don't work.
Terry, what did you make of this latest back and forth on tariffs? It certainly caused a stir this week on Wall Street.
Well, it's creating uncertainty, not only in the market, but in the minds of families, in the minds of workers. I mean, they've actually got these boats, cargo holds, that are just backed up at many of the ports where they're not loading stuff off because they don't know what the tariff price is going to be. So we've got to get back to some consistency and predictability so that business and industry can make investments.
Tony, did the president go too far here on this?
No, remember, he has proposed this for quite a while. He's been talking about it for decades. We have unfair trade with China and other countries, including the EU. So what he's doing, he set the mark with reciprocal tariffs. He's put a pause on those. There's still a 10% tariff on most countries, 145% on China. China looks like they might make a deal. Other countries are coming to the table, the EU, India, Vietnam. This is all a negotiation tactic, and he's the best at it, and it's going to work. Remember, the bottom line, the reason for all of this is to bring manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. We've been ripped off by these countries. He wants to help the American worker, and it looks like it's going to be working.
Robin, what's your response to all of this from across the aisle?
School district I talked to this week paid $150,000 for a bus that normally would cost them about $130,000, $120,000. We're beginning to see these tariffs wreak havoc on consumers. When people go to buy the lawn furniture from Costco or Walmart this summer, it will cost you more. When you go to buy eggs, it will cost you more. When you go to buy a lot of things that are at the kitchen table, it's going to cost more. Mike Pence, who I rarely agree with, said the best thing ever. He said it's nothing more than a tax on the American people, and that's what we have.
Yeah, interesting to see Mike Pence's very vocal opposition on this particular issue. He certainly has separated himself at other times from the current president as well. Let's talk about the latest from the State House right now. The budget bill and the property tax bill both moving toward the finish line here. Abdul, what are you hearing on how all of this could play out now?
The next 2 weeks are going to be interesting. Let's put it that way. You've got lots of moving parts. The House has got their proposal. Senate's got their proposal. Governor Braun has got his proposal, his thoughts, his ideas. So I have been watching these things for 20 years. If I could predict how things are going to play out, I'd be winning the lottery right now and on the beach somewhere. But unfortunately, I can't do that just yet. But I definitely keep an eye out for these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, Terry, how do you want to see lawmakers in your party work to oppose some of these bills that Democrats have been standing against at the State House this year?
Well, they actually proposed a number of common sense amendments that would have made Senate Bill 1 much, much better, minimize the impact on local governments. I will tell you, talking to firefighters, talking to police, talking to schools and libraries, a $1.4 billion hit. And at the same time, people are going to be shocked when their local units of government can now raise local income taxes to the tune of $3.3 billion. That math does not add up.
Tony, Senate Republicans also adding some measures into the budget bill this past week, dealing with travel costs and giving lawmakers more control over the Secretary of State's budget in the wake of some questions about his travel and spending. Are you surprised to see that, or what else are you watching for here in the final days of this session?
I'm not surprised to see it. There was a lot of news made over his trip to India, the Secretary of State's, and so they probably felt that they needed to do that. I'm looking over the next 2 weeks, like Abdul said, it's going to come down to the wire. Hopefully they'll get done by Friday the 25th. There are differences in the budget. The Senate just released their version, and so there'll be some discussion on school vouchers and a few other issues. Back to the property tax relief, $1.4 billion is property tax relief 1.1 to homesteads, farmers, veterans, personal property business property tax. So a lot of relief, which the governor had campaigned on. It looks like all leaders, all leadership in the State House are on the same page there. That's a great thing.
Robin, your response to that, how do you think things will wind up here as the session comes to a close?
Well, there are 95,000 reasons why that I think Secretary of State ought to give his car back. I mean, this is a time where the governor has said cut your budget by 5%, except for, this guy that parks it prominently outside the state capitol. That's not normal, and that shouldn't be going on at a time when we're cutting funds for Medicaid, telling people to restrict funding for public education. One thing that we have to keep in mind, we're talking over $700 million of cuts to public education. That means people in classrooms in Clinton, Hofstadt, Garrett, wherever, are going to be less prominent than they should be.
And Abdul, certainly these vehicles, the Secretary of State's vehicle and the Lieutenant Governor's vehicle, have caused quite a stir at the State House. The LG even maybe briefly replacing one of his vehicles with a Tesla, but maybe just to troll others at the State House. What did you make of all that?
Trolling only works if the people can't troll you back. Because also, I'll say this, as lawmakers are putting together budgets, Micah Beckwith has a big giant red target on his back, and trolling lawmakers and trolling the media doesn't help.
Terry, your thoughts on everything we saw play out with the vehicles there and the controversy over it?
Well, they ought to be embarrassed by it, quite honestly. I mean, at a time when Hoosier families are tightening their belt and we're still, in many respects, a low-wage state, to go out and buy a $90,000 vehicle, which is more than the median income, family income in the state of Indiana, that's just callous. And I can't think there's any way you can justify that to taxpayers.
Tony, what's your response to all that? Did it send the wrong message?
Look, cars are expensive, and traveling the state takes a nice, a decent vehicle when you've got staff and safety.
So you don't see anything.
I really
Smacks in the
don't.
face
I really
maybe of
don't.
the
I mean, what do
budget
you want them to do? Go buy a used car? I think it's
Yes.
fine. I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone else makes it out to be.
Dan, I was a chauffeur for Frank Louis O'Bannon as lieutenant governor in a Chevy Lumina. When we didn't have that, we had an Olds 88. We did not have and yes, there were SUVs then. A $95,000 car, and you were a state rep. Think how those folks feel walking by that, then up the stairs to see that parked there.
Wait till he pulls up in front of events that he's going to and people see that.
It made a lot of news, no doubt, this past week. Our thanks to the panel. They'll be back with this week's winners and losers coming up. But straight ahead, an Indy 500 invitation for the Commander-in-Chief as a top IndyCar driver visits the White House when we come back.